Millions of Americans want better jobs and need more pathways to get there. But the conventional lending system is getting in their way.
The problem is, in many cases, the traditional system is not going to give you a loan. So many people fall into this gap, and it's keeping talented people out of the workforce.
And so we are committed to helping individuals who can't get funding elsewhere.
This is Ken Ruggiero and Ali Danziger, and they're on a mission to reimagine loans entirely.
The traditional banking system only looks at the past. At Ascent, we're looking at the future.
We are looking at the full human potential of an individual, and then we help them plan, pay, and succeed.
If Ascent's approach works, it could construct an entirely new pathway for Americans to land jobs they want and deserve.
This is Stand Together Presents, stories, ideas, and advice from changemakers tackling our biggest challenges.
So, Ken, from your perspective, what is broken about the traditional loan system?
In traditional lending, banks use a person's credit score and their income to determine if they're worthy of getting a loan. When you look at applying that model to education finance, it breaks down. Most students have no asset, no credit, and no income.
And so there's a huge problem there. Now they have to have a cosigner, and if you don't have the social capital or the connections, you just end up getting lost in the whole process.
And so think about applying for a loan and being told you're not worthy. They are preventing access to education by preventing access to financing.
So the Ascent team thought there could be a better way to not only provide loans, but ensure their borrowers actually land well-paying jobs.
The hardest job to get is your first one. And being prepared for that job is critical to success and future career development.
We really are invested in what does an individual need in order to succeed in the workforce. Whether that's your traditional four-year degree or something else, every learner's path is completely different. Where they came from and what they need is unique to them.
I needed someone to take me seriously, regardless of how much experience I had, based on how determined I was to grow.
This is Natalia. Because she recently graduated, she doesn't have career experience or a solid network yet. But like all graduates, she has future potential.
So we had a novel idea. What if we built a company that was predicated on student success?
So that allows us to have this no cosigner loan totally based on their outcomes and future projections. So what that means is we are incentivized as a lender to make sure that these students have the most successful outcomes possible.
Yes, we do loans, and yes, we help people pay for school, but if they don't get a job, then we don't think we did our job.
We have a very extensive process to ensure that we are only working with places of education that support the outcomes that we're hoping for our students.
We do that by looking at graduation rates, placement rates, and starting salaries. And we're monitoring the labor markets and the future labor markets all the time.
And then we are giving students wraparound support throughout the entire process, both during school and upon graduation as they enter the workforce.
Hey, Mackenzie. Thank you for meeting with me today.
With individualized coaching being one of the more beneficial resources.
How have you been doing? How's your progress on what you've been working on?
Our coaches are building deep, meaningful relationships with our borrowers and really invested in their success. They're talking to them on a regular basis. They're keeping track of their successes and push them to be their best possible self.
You need to have someone who can help you with introductions. And then we train them on how to find that first job and be successful in it.
A sense of guidance and helping me be where I am today has been that little voice that's made me feel empowered and seen.
We have sometimes up to a 10-year relationship with these students post-graduation.
And when you do it the way we do it, you end up with students improving their access to credit and improving their income. And all of that leads to a much, much better society and great economic development.
If it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't have developed this passion that I now have for marketing. It really led me to be with the company that I am now, which is insane. It's crazy.
I've always loved seeing people reach their full potential. And when individuals succeed, whether that's at education or in the workforce, their entire family benefits, their entire community is uplifted, and we're making an impact into their entire society and community.
We're doing everything we can that will make futures as bright as possible. This isn't about loans. This is about student success. When students succeed, the economy wins and society wins.
We've supported over 135,000 families to date. We are lending to over 2,000 schools within the United States, and we have distributed over $2 billion of funds. More educated individuals drive a stronger workforce. And so we are committed to removing barriers and to helping more people get access to the education that they want so that they can contribute to society.
This experience really helped me grow in my confidence and made me take myself more seriously, I think. When someone believes in you, it gives you that little push that you need to wake up every day and give it your all.
Stand Together partners with changemakers tackling our biggest challenges. To see more stories, follow our channels. And to learn more about how you can partner with us, go to standtogether.org.